Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Oshinoko episode number 3 reaction. Okay, the previous episode we get to see Ruby and Aqua. They have both grown up. They are now like Ruby is trying to become an idol and Aqua is obviously not happy about that because what happened with her mom and everything. And you can see that Aqua is trying to keep Ruby away from the whole idol business. Whenever someone's she's going and giving some auditions and anything, he's talking to the people and like declining them on her behalf so that she never gets the confirmation call. And this kind of continues, and later on she gets scouted on the road. So he looks into the in this idol group, the underground idol group, and realizes that it's not good over there. By the end, seeing how that Ruby definitely wants to be an idol. Oh, what's her name? I forgot her name. The mom, the the I forgot her name. That the manager's wife, who adopted them, that lady. She said that okay, I'm going to start Strawberry Productions again, and yes, you will work in our agency. Which at which Aqua was kind of content a little bit because at least she'll be with family. No one else will can do anything to her. So yeah, later on we get to see Aqua and Ruby going to school, first day, and there they meet Arima. And Arima's very happy that Aqua hasn't given up acting, and we can see how in his heart Aqua does want to act. It's not because he wants to find the dad, it's because his mother told him before her death that oh you will become a very good actor. That's why he wants to act. So yeah, let us see what happens in this episode. Episode number 3, let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference. And let's begin. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. This song is so good. Oh, oh he's narrating it. Yep. He just says that. Yeah. True. Wait, what? Lolly senpai? Lo- oh boy. Wow, she's just following him. It's a secret. Oh my god. Oh my god. All of the questions. Well, kind of. Hmm. Why? What's happening? Why is she? Okay. Oh, that okay. Wait, is she really that big of a celebrity? I guess, like, she is. I haven't seen you so long. That's a okay. That's a blow. Exactly. Assistant. Yeah, that he's at least like connected to. Yeah. He's just mom is here. I'm cutting carbs. That he I knew she was going to say that. Oh. Oh, really? Uber. And not good for your stomach as well. I guess. Oh my god. Mmm. Yeah. Mm. Oh, she's like giving like a direct chance. Yep, but he's not. Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh, he read it. Oh, wait, who is this person? Oh, vision log. Wait, so oh, so maybe the names are the. So he found out the names. Wow. Oh my god, that's a. So he did it every day. My god. Oh! 4 years. Okay. Masaya Kaburagi, one of them. So one of the potential suspects. Okay, now he's going to say like, "Oh, I'll join." Hmm. There you go. Oh no. All right, great. Wow. Okay, stop them. Here we go. What is this, Kaguya-sama? The misunderstanding. What? Okay. Just like that. Anyone will be fine. Okay. Well, yeah. He wants to make the DNA test. Kiyoama. Hmm. 6 episode. Oh, so three has already come out. So the final episode, villain. Okay. Wait, this is how it starts? Wow, she has improved. What's with this way of talking? Oh my god. What the? Why is he talking like this? Oh my god, this is so. Oh no, this is bad. What is this? Only Arima's acting properly. What are these two doing? Oh my god. Yo! Nah. That was so forced. Like, Arima's portion was so good, and then. Yeah, exactly. And people hate that when they go through an anime only but drama only route. I see, makes sense. Oh no, maybe he's a villain in the final episode. Maybe he can like change the whole, you know? Nah, her part was okay. Hmm. Oh my god. Wow. Great. Hmm. Damn it. Yo. Yeah. Mm. She was like, yeah, like just imagine like making a manga and this is what comes out as an adaptation. Oh my god. Like I love how this show is like bringing out all these like like things. I'll talk about this in the discussion section. Hmm. Just like that director said. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. What? Okay. Hmm. All right. Hmm. Yeah, she really wants to. Uh, hmm. Whoa, his eyes turned blue. It's like it's either white or blue. Oh. Oh. Off camera. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, the main actor. Great. Great. he'll play, he'll play the stalker. Great. Look at this guy. Yeah, he can't even act properly and look at the melt. Yeah. Thank God Arima did not become like this. You know. Hmm. So this is the other one. Oh, this is the director. Okay. Okay, he's one of the targets. Yep. I feel like he's fine. He's okay. I don't think so. But let's see. Oh, he's directly going for that. Hmm. Oh, I'm sure he has. All right. One thing he can very well do is act creepy. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Like, that guy, told him that he's genuinely creepy from the inside. That's going to work in his favor. Oh, yeah, cut. Hmm. That was him. True. That is so true. I see. Yeah, he's right, kind of. Hmm. Like he tried. He's tried up until now. Hmm. Wow. Hmm. Hmm. That he didn't give up. Yeah, there you go. Hmm. Wow. Oh my god. All these people, like, this industry is just so. Like, everyone trying to use everyone and just. It's just so, like. This is the thing, like, this is like reality. Like, nowadays, most of the. Oh, he got his DNA. He got his DNA. All right, let's see. Oh, it'll be crazy if he actually. Ooh. Oh, that's it. That's it. All right, next episode would be good. Hmm. Okay, that is it, I think. Yeah. Right. So, this was a very good episode. I have to say, I really love in the previous, in the first episode as well. It's crazy how this show actually is like bringing out the the truth, in so many of these things, like the whole idol industry. And not only that, the fact that they were talking in this episode, they were talking about how most of the time, not most, but a few of the times, the any type of beat anime, drama, movie, whatever, video games, people just the director or whoever, just to make a quick buck and just to make like a very uh what can I say, like taking like a manga which is probably well received, and to make a quick money out of the long time fans of the manga. They do a very bad job of adapting it and makes the and beat anime, drama, movie, whatever, it completely like bad, and obviously get their money and they're well off. That's it. So this is the truth. I have to say, like, anime doesn't really have this that much. There's a few animes obviously who have bad adaptation and stuff, but I've seen this so much, this whole this thing in video games. I feel like video games. I'm not sure about movies and dramas. I don't watch those, but in video games, I've seen this is one of the biggest things where big names have this at first they were like really good, bringing out really good games, and then they start deteriorating, and like later on just making use of the original popularity of the series, just milk the the same formula over and over again every year, bringing out the same freaking thing with no improvement, just to make a quick buck. And it's just lazy work, and people still play it because the original ones were so good. Even though they know that the new ones are bad, they still play it, and they spend money on it. And the developers are like, yeah, this is fine, this is just easy money, and they keep doing it over and over again. Like, I've seen this so much in video games. Like I said, anime also has this, I feel like, now and then, but it's not that much because we're getting so many good animes nowadays, like actually animes that follow the manga faithfully, have nice visuals, nice soundtrack, like good adaptation we're getting nowadays with as more and more animes becoming popular. Like we're getting that. However, I play video games as well, but video games is an industry where I've seen this so much. Like the whole thing that they're talking about here, that this guy, this director, he just brought made like a manga into a drama, just to promote these models who have nothing and no acting ability. They don't care. The director, he doesn't care. and just to make a quick money with their good looks and to target the certain demographic, like he did this, like to just to make a quick money. And he's like, oh, like, Arima is pretty convenient, the only thing that she doesn't know is that we're not serious about this. She doesn't have to be this serious, and acting as if, like, like this is one of the such a, like, normal thing, like this is scam, this is completely scam. Like how, and you can see how the manga author, who has put their everything into the manga, when they see that this abomination is going to come out as a drama, imagine how they feel, like it's just so messed up. And this is the reality most of the time nowadays. And I just love how they just brought this, like, I just talked about this in here. And even in the first episode they talk about the idol industry, the bad parts of the idol industry and everything, like, talking about that, showing that to us. Like, this is, I have to say, this is really good. I'm really enjoying this aspect of this show, and how they, like, talk about the technicalities of this industry, and what happens, how it goes, all these technicalities they're also talking about, like the stuff that we usually don't, like, think about whenever we watch anime, manga, read manga, or watch any type of drama, movie. We don't really think about these things, like we just watch it and that's it. But all of these things are going around in the background, and they're bringing that to us, and we are actually seeing that here, which is a very interesting experience, I have to say. I'm really liking this aspect of this anime. Like, obviously with the whole revenge theme and the little slice of life, comedy, those are there. But this part is also quite interesting, very interesting, I have to say. And then this is, I really love this episode just because of that, this whole thing that we saw here. And yeah, anyways, all right, let's talk about this episode. First of all, we resume with Arima talking to Aqua and Ruby. And Aqua's like, oh no, I applied for general education. And I love how he just admits, like, outright that, oh, I'm just concerned about my sister, that's why I'm here. I don't care about, like, acting. And Ruby's like, yeah, he's a cis god, that's why. So later on, like, after that, Aqua's like, all right, I'm going to go to the director's place. Ruby gives this girl the name of Lolly Senpai. That's quite funny. And Arima starts following Aqua. And like, the thing is, she was very much influenced by Aqua, when she was a kid. Like, seeing how Aqua was so good, she made him her self-proclaimed rival, and probably have been keeping an eye on him for a long time, trying to find out if he's acting or not. And now that he has found him again, she's so curious, and she's like asking so many questions, because yeah, he's the one who was like someone who challenged him when she was a kid, and actually won against her and broke her pride completely. That's why she made it up in her heart that I'm going to defeat this guy. But now she's talking to him, and she's realizing that he isn't really acting that much. And we can also see Arima has changed a lot. He isn't that like that snotty, like, haughty self when she was a kid. Talking, like, interacting with Aqua when she was a kid and getting that blow to her ego worked wonders. Now she actually is, like, cooperative and quite nice. So yeah, while going back to the director's place, Arima just follows Aqua, and Arima's like, oh, where should we, like, like, is following him, and he's like, oh, why are you following me? And she's like, oh, can we go someplace? I like, I have a few things to say to you. You still do acting, don't you? And she's like, where should we go? Let's catch up a bit. Let's go to karaoke, or maybe you want to go to my place. And as soon as she says that, I was like, what the hell are you saying? And she's like, I cannot do anything, I'm popular, still people recognize me on the street, so yeah, I need a proper place to go. And you can see how much she wants to talk to him. So he's like, Aqua's like, all right, fine, let's go to the director's place. And wait, you know what? Let me check. What is the director's name? I always forget his name. Just a minute. Let's look at his nameplate. What's Gotanda? Oh boy, I don't think I'll still remember his name. Gotanda. I'll probably forget it again. So no, Gotanda's the name of the. Oh my god, what's his name? Just a minute. Just a minute. Uh, okay, I cannot find his name. Alright, you know what? Let me just go and check in the character list because yeah, I need to start remembering this guy's name. Like, oh boy, Oshi no Go. Like, I can't just call him director forever. Like, what's his name? Just a minute. Oh, his name is Gotanda. Okay, Gotanda Taishi. All right, so Gotanda's like, oh, like haven't seen you that much, so yeah, welcome. Which kind of like gives a blow to her. She's like, yeah, I'm not as like active as when I was a kid, but I'm still here. Like I still do my stuff. But anyways, here you can see that she's quite interested. And she's like looking around, seeing all the like acting stuff and everything. All the movies. I think those were the movies and everything on the cup. Like on the shelf. And she's like, oh, here you are. You're doing these things with the director. So you said that you're not acting. And Aqua says like, oh, how he's basically just the background, like like assistant, just doing these type of small job for him. But Arima's happy for the fact that he's still in the industry. That in itself is like like made her happy. And obviously, mom comes in, Gotanda's mom, and okay, so the mom like is like giving them food, and Arima's like, oh, you're still like like here like having meals. Like like still staying with your mom, and he's like, oh, you're still as bad mouthed, aren't you? Now she talks about how she is separated from her mother and father because they're in the countryside while she's like here doing like these things. And she talks about how she always like gets Uber, and she's like, yeah, I'm rich, like a little money that I got when I did my acting, it's still here now. like like the thing is, she talks about how she rich, like how okay, like money problems, it doesn't matter for her, but the fact is that having Uber every day is definitely going to destroy your stomach. Like, don't do that. You'll be screwed by the end of it. At least your stomach will be. So yeah. Okay, so here Anima's like, okay, Aqua, do you want me to talk to a higher up and get you into one of the dramas that we're doing? And she's like, oh, it is Kyoama, I think that's what it is called. Yeah, Kyoamai or something like that, a shoujo manga that's becoming a drama. So at first Aqua's like, I don't care, like it's just fine. But she's like, oh, the producer Kaburagi-san has a soft spot for me. Immediately he's like, Kaburagi, and he remembers like how he checked the phones. Now he talks about how I had 3 mobile phones. Okay, one was a work phone. No, among them was a work and a personal phone. Okay, one was work, one was personal, and those only had communication logs with fellow group members and agency staff. Okay, so I did see. I learned she was more careful. Yeah, so each phone had its own utility to keep the whole identity a secret, which makes sense. So he says how it took him a while to get a proper battery, and after opening the phone, there was a password which he had to input, and he didn't even know how long the password was. And every time you tried a password, 30 seconds, the whole thing would shut down if you input incorrect stuff. So this was as he said, this was a nightmare to get the proper password. He says how every day he tried, and I'm guessing he started from 00001 to 00002, and he kept going up until he reached 45510, which means he tried 45510 times before he was successful. It took him 4 years, I think that's what he says, 4 years for him to crack the code, every day doing it, like, even at school doing it, at home doing it, like, just in a very, like, what can I say, like, in a crazy way. He just kept to it, like, it was strong. The whole revenge thing in him was strong then. It's still strong now as well, and that made him do this. And imagine 4 years of every day trying to crack a code. Like, I feel like, I was going to say, I feel like if he hired a hacker or a cracker, he could have probably done it quicker. But then I realized this should be kept a secret. Nobody should know about it, because of the whole Hoshino and their relationship. So he cannot even, like, bring in a hacker or a cracker. Like, he had to do it on his own. Wow, that's crazy. Oh my god, imagine having that the passcode at the 9, like, digits, like 9991 or something. Imagine, it'll take him even 4 more years. It took 4 years to go to 455. If it was like something with 9, oh, 8 years, good god. Oh my god. Anyways, it paid off, and in the end he was able to break in, and he got a few of the names. You know what, I'm going to read the names here. They kind of, like, tell the names over here, show the names, and I'm going to read it. All right, so the phone and email and phone number details for a dozen of people. Okay, the first one, Taro Ayukawa, Ida-san, Shiro Ikeda, Ishigawa-san, Goro Ito, Endo-san, producer Ota, Yuko Okajima, Tomoya Okada, Okudera-san. There you go. And then Masaya Kaburagi and a few others as well, I'm guessing. So he has remembered those names, put them in his brain, like, head. And like, Arima's like just talking. Arima's like, oh, like, like, you come and join me. The cast is basically all people our age, and the main guy is a shy guy. He kind of, he's new to, I think that's what he says. She says, what's the part? Besides basically the people of our own age, the male has a girlish face. He's really cute. This part, obviously in a very coincidental fashion, and it was a coincidence. At this moment, he's like, okay, I'm going to do it, because in his head he's like, yeah, I need to get to the producer. Arima is like, oh, like, why did he suddenly accept? And she thinks, like, the cogs in her brain starts working, and she's like, she remembers that she was talking about the male lead, and she's like, oh, is that what's going on? And I'm like, yeah. Great misunderstanding. But anyways, so she calls the guy, the producer guy, and she's like, oh, can this person, like, be in the acting? And the producer's like, yeah, fine, all right, he's got the role. And you can see one of the co-workers, he was like, oh, like, did he get the role? And he's like, yeah, well, I'd be fine with most anyway. There you go. Alright, Masaya Kaburagi, internet TV station .tv, affiliated producer of the TV drama I'll Go With Sweet Today. Alright, so at first I thought he was just unmotivated or something, but turns out by the end of it he's just greedy. That's what I realized by the end. At first I thought he was just unmotivated or something. But nah, he just wants to make a quick money. And not only that, with the whole, like, like, trying to get the correct demographic and getting, like, money out of them because of the whole modeling thing, yeah, like, just destroying a good manga, an adaptation of a good manga, just for his own monetary gains and greed. Like, great, yeah. Alright, so later on, they tell, like, wait, what's the mom's name? What's her name? Miyako. There you go. Miyako tells Ruby that Aqua is joining in the drama, And Ruby's very kind of happy. Ruby's like, oh, like, you remember mom said, like, I'm becoming an idol, you'll be an actor. And in his head, Aqua's like, it's nothing that good, my dear sister. Okay. So they, like, Miyako brings up the streaming, like, like the thing, and she's like, oh, this is the drama. And like, I think, like, she says, like, it's like a 6 episode drama, and 4 has already come out. I think that's what she says. uh yeah, 6 episode total, 3 have already released. So she's like, we can already watch this now, like, currently. So oh, I just realized it. Oh no. I didn't realize it while reacting to it. This has 1 star. Oh my god. Imagine having 1 star. I feel like half of the audience after seeing that rating will probably just leave. I think it's just like 1 star given. Oh my god. Yeah. Alright, so she's like, let's watch this. And because, Aqua's going to be the villain who comes up in the final episode. So there you go, they started. And at first, the whole Arima situation, like, section where she's like, oh, I hate people and everyone thinks I'm insensitive, they think of themselves, I really like that. It looked kind of nice, the whole Arima's acting was kind of good. It was okay, it wasn't something phenomenal, but it was good. But then comes in the main male lead, and oh my god, the way this guy talks is so freaking weird. Who talks like that? Like I feel like he talks like this, like in the normal, like this is his normal way of talking. It's like, can you see? Like, what's with that weird? Oh, I love how Miyako and Ruby had the same expression that I had. They're like, what's going on here? What is this? And okay, I'm just trying to act like, normally, while this dude here, he's acting like he's overacting. And then in comes the other dude. He is talking in a monotonous voice. It's like a monotone voice. One guy is overacting, one guy is like in monotone. And oh god, this was so painful to listen to. And Miyako and Ruby's like, yeah, this isn't good. Yeah, so yeah, Ruby says the direction is on point, so I wouldn't go as far as unwatchable. But all the original characters not in the manga are getting screened. Okay, another thing they talk about, how this is going in an anime drama original direction, and how, like, the story didn't unfold like this in the manga and all that. This, oh my god, this is one thing I feel like a lot of people gets pissed off at that, me included. I hate when anime do this, going in an anime only direction. I don't know, it doesn't work 90% of the time. Like, yeah, you might be able to make a good story, but people won't be happy. People read the manga and then they watch the anime, because they like the manga. Few times, more like a few of the other times, people directly start from the anime. But people who love the mangas, they will be pissed off if something like this happens. Like, like, for example, let me just bring out another anime, Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist wasn't bad, the one which went in an original anime original direction, however, Brotherhood was the one which followed the manga. So you can see how Brotherhood is so highly rated. While, Full Metal Alchemist was okay. It went in an anime only direction. It was fine. But yeah, following the manga always pays off, and it's so much more better. But here we can see one director deciding to just screw over the manga and just making their own story just because they want to make a quick money. Like what? So basically, what he's doing, he's using the manga just for its name. Oh, this is the name. The original fans of the manga will try to watch, start watching the anime, and then they'll realize that they got scammed. This is an atrocious story, original story, with actors who cannot act. That's what this is. So basically, he's scamming the people just by using the manga's name. From that name, a lot of people will watch it. and then they'll look at this like an abomination. So that's what's happening here. Like it's pure greed. And oh my god. So anyways, Ruby also talks about how how Arima wasn't really acting, wasn't on point. And you know what, I can see that, but at the same time I would say like it's so much more better than those two actors. Like my god. Like Arima's way better than them. Okay, so later on, Aqua talks to Arima about it. I think they're in a karaoke, aren't they? Yeah. Talks to Arima about this, and Arima's like pissed off. And she talks about what's going on. She says that this drama is meant to target the female demographic that's into good looking guys. There you go. So they're featuring a bunch of models that they want to start promoting. Acting ability is a secondary concern. So there you go. That's all that this guy wants. And for this agenda, he's destroying an adaptation of a perfectly good manga. Yeah, that's blasphemy. That's just. I feel like I'm a little bit too, too like overly, like what can I say, like I'm too overly reacting to this, because I've seen this happen so many times to so many animes that like there's so many animes that go in this direction. Like I don't think like most of the time it's because of reasons like this, but maybe because of smaller budget, like less amount of time. They just skip half of the anime, make an anime original thing, and just completely like it's a very bad thing. And it always irks me whenever mangas like anime adaptations try to do this, like make an anime original story, and like because of budget cut or lack of time, just completely destroying something. And it's just like just think about it. Like so many animes have gone through this path. Like one of the very new examples is Promise Neverland, which just season 1 was good, season 2 went downhill completely, skipping half of the manga and just destroying the whole thing. There you go. Shaman King. It got 2 times adaptation. Both of the times it wasn't good. The first time it went on an anime only direction. The second time it followed the manga, but then it was rushed in the end. Like so many of these shows that just like fail. Berserk. I think Berserk as well. I haven't seen Berserk, but I've seen people talk about how the anime adaptation was so bad. So I think Berserk as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like people don't like the Berserk anime adaptation as well. Like so many animes have this whole thing, and it's just yeah. Anyways, okay, I'm getting too much involved in this, I feel like. So Anima says that, oh, how can I act when the people beside me cannot act? I'm the only one who's carrying this. And she's like, just imagine if I gave it my all in that situation. Their ham acting would stand out as ham-fisted to the point it'd be a ham roast. Well, I understand what she's saying, but that was a terrible way of saying that. But yeah, basically what she's saying is that it will be even more highlighted. Which will even so much. So she's basically saying I'm trying to follow their pace, so that this drama could be saved at least a little bit. If I go full out, oh, they will stand out so bad. So okay, she also says I'd like to put all into my acting as well. I mean, who would enjoy going out of their way to act poorly? And she says that no doubt right from the planning stages, the seller's viewpoint has been overly prioritized. Yep. There's no way it can be entertaining as a show. This is following an agenda. And that's it. And this part was so heartbreaking, where you could see where she talks about the manga author. She says that when the author of the source manga visited the set for the filming of episode 1, she is just broken down. The look of disappointment. Like, yeah, obviously, like, her creation, they're butchering that. Like, how dare they? Who gave them the audacity to do that? Like, it's so, like, not only her. Imagine the fans, like, who've loved this manga for so long. they'll be getting to see this. Like, it's just so bad. Now, another thing I kind of remembered when this part came out. Like, I remember hearing, like, I think, like, it was, I heard this somewhere, that Demon Slayer, when it got the animation from the UFO table, like an adaptation, like in a very good way, I remember hearing that the manga author actually cried after realizing how good the anime looks like. Like, this is the thing. This is like the manga authors who make these like mangas. If they get like like such a good adaptation, like imagine the happiness they will feel. It's like it's such a good thing. And then if it gets a disaster adaptation like this, like that's happening in this show, imagine the same amount of despair they'll feel. you know so yeah, that's the thing. And not only the manga author, the fans as well. Just just yeah, it's just so. And she's like, yeah, to properly, like, kind of, like, pat, like, and kind of make this at least watchable. To accomplish that, I'll do the lousy acting if necessary. And he says, like, even if it means diminishing your reputation as an actor, he says, for an actor, it's communication skills that's important. True. Yeah, because, like, if you're able to communicate properly to the, like, everyone, obviously, if this is her that is doing this, if she gets a proper show to act in, she'll be able to show her talent there. And obviously, people, when they'll see their talent this time, all the bad, like, like, reputation that she had will just get washed away. And she said, it's old me flaunted, wait, what does she say? The old me flaunted, just wait, flaunted her acting ability. It's true, I was able to sell, but I treated others like they didn't exist. And she says how, like, this didn't really work out in the long run, which is the same thing that the director Gotanda, I think that's his name, said. And he also did say that talking, like, having a conversation and meeting Aqua helped her, and she won't become like this in the future. She'll change, and you can see how much she has changed now. She is a lot better now. And she says, Aqua says, I see you have actually learned how to cooperate at some point. But she's like, yeah, I'm like, like. Okay, she says that. Where's that part? I guess my face is just as pretty as though all of those models. So yeah. And Aqua's like, yeah, like, self-assured. Your actors are a self-assured bunch, aren't you? Anyways, alright. So after this, she kind of tells Aqua, like, what he'll have to do, this and that. Gives him the draft, and she's like. Aqua tells her that, oh, this is the same thing that you did, bringing, like, no, sorry, he says that this is the same thing that you admonished me for when I was a kid, that using connections. And she's like, haha, I'm also despicable grown up. But then she says that, where's that part? Okay, she says that, but I do understand how that director felt now. By now, you get why I asked you to take part, right? Alright, so she says, like, it doesn't matter who talks bad about me, but please work with me to make a good show. And yeah, so here you can see later on Aqua looking at the draft and, like, watching the, like, the drama. And he says that the script and the direction has been adapted to suit the actors, and the actors suck, so the drama also sucks, because it's actually helping out the actor, like, adapted to the actors' performance ability. But Arima is still, like, giving her all. He says the show is excellent. In addition, the female lead is immensely talented actor. And he's like, oh, there must just be a way to pull this off. And his, like, eyes shine blue. Alright. Later on, they go to, like a place, like, it's like raining and everything, where they have where they're going to do the, like, like, the shooting. And okay, the main guy comes in, and you can see how, like, a snobby attitude, how, like, like, oh, I'm the best kind of attitude he has. And I was just thinking, like, this would have been Arima if she didn't meet Aqua when she was a kid and didn't get a blow to her ego. This would have been her now. But yeah, like, he just Arima introduces Aqua to him, and he just doesn't care. He just leaves. Yeah. And yeah, now next comes the producer, I think. And Arima's like, okay, like, you have to communicate. Remember what I told about communication? Now go. And pushes Aqua, and Aqua goes in front of this guy, and he introduces himself, like, oh, I'll be working with you. And he's like, yeah, fine. Just leaves. And Aqua thinks that this guy's name is Masaya Kaburagi, a man who might have had a connection with Ai Hoshino. So he wants to get the DNA tested, and he wants like a opportunity to get like his DNA. I was thinking how he would do it, but we can see what happens in the end. And yeah. So here we can see Aqua talks about who he'll play as a stalker who follows the female lead around, and he laughs at the irony of the situation because, yeah, like a stalker killed Ai, and now he's acting like that. So they do the acting. You can see that like Aqua's doing a pretty good job, and like a water falls on top of the main guy, so it was kind of cut over there, and they have to retake that shoot. But while all of this was happening, you can see that Arima is very happy seeing Aqua act. And during the little break, Arima talks to Aqua, says that Aqua's like, oh, I'm sorry to disappoint you. You must have thought I would have been great at acting. But she's like, no, it's fine. Like it's okay. And she says that one thing Oh, wait, before that, Aqua talks about what the whole situation before was. Before, the reason why he was able to act so better in that, like, when he met Arima for the first time is because he was an old man trapped in a kid's body. So him actually acting like that brought out that eerie creepiness of a little kid having that, like, talking like that. It was a mismatch. But now that his body has grown, he's like, oh, I'm just a lousy actor now. Like, I was able to pull it off at that age, but now I'm just a lousy actor because I'm just acting the age I am, unlike when I was a kid. So that's the thing, which is kind of like true now that I think about it. I'm like, yeah, like maybe that was also why he was able to act so naturally creepy, unlike now, But here, like like Arima says, like, no, like, I did have a little bit expectations, but you did enough. And she says, your acting feels like that of someone who's put in the work for a long time, and I personally like it. The little techniques you use are considerate and meticulous. It's like you've set your ego aside and thrown yourself into the story, unlike the other actors, who are just acting snobby and, just egotistical. Maybe ordinary people wouldn't realize that. It could be that it doesn't really matter to anyone besides long-time actors like us. Yeah. But yeah, Arima, like, praises him for that, and Arima's like, Arima says, like, my rough patch, like, worked for a long time, had for a long time. I almost, like, gave up a long time, but I still kept going, and now I'm here. And she says, like, I'm glad for the fact that you also didn't give up. Like, seeing your acting today, I can see that you kept going. If you gave up, you wouldn't be able to act like this. So she says that I'm just happy to see that you are continuing this line of work, and that just like me, who struggled and is still struggling, you're also like me, and I have like an ally like this. So yeah. Okay, after that we can see the producer. He's like, oh, how long will it take filming? Mel's got a magazine shoot after this. And he just, like, suddenly, when the topic goes to Arima, he suddenly starts, like, bad mouthing her out of nowhere. Kind of not bad mouthing, but kind of just saying, like, like stuff. She's like, oh, Kana-chan, she's nice, easy to work with, and nice to work around. She does a good job flattering just everyone, so she's great to appoint for whatever random role. Besides the name, Anima Kana is more or less known to the public. Now that she has left her agency and went freelance, her performance fee is dirt cheap, and we can still leverage her name for there you go. Like, what scummy behavior? Like, but you know what? This is the real world, which, as we get to see Aqua say later on, that Aqua's like, what type of recognition is this? And then he also says that, yeah, this is the real world. Arima, it's not like you think it is. And then, like, he puts the cigarette in the bin, and he goes and takes the cigarette and puts it in. Three of them. I think he took in a bunch of them just because who knows which one he smoked. Either way, he took it and put it over there. And in the end, you can see that he talks about how unfair this world is and how scummy people are scummy, and they're going to just use the other people for their own, like benefit, like this. But then in the end, he's like, but you know what? Let me just show them. I might as well go out with a bang. So next episode, we're going to see a bang. But yeah, this was a really good episode. I really liked it. This is very enjoyable. And yeah, can't wait to see what happens in the next episode. So like I said, I really enjoyed this aspect of the show of bringing out these things which every one of us knows, but nobody really think much about it. But now that we are seeing this in anime format, it hits hard, and we can kind of understand that, yeah, you know what, this is the truth. Like, most of the times, like, the people who make like bad adaptations is basically the reason behind it is stuff like this. Like look at this coming producer. He just wants to promote the whole models for this, and that's why they not only did he like take advantage of the manga, and the mangaka, but also he's taking advantage of Arima, just because she has a lot of popularity and she's freelance. He's just making use of these. Like, that's that's the behavior which is normal in this type of an industry, this type of scum behavior. And yeah, they just make a quick buck, and that's it. Like, who cares what people say? Reviews, we don't care, we don't look at reviews, like that type of thing. like they'll do something like this, produce an abomination like this, and take a break, make use of the money the scummy money that they made, and then after, their money starts going dry, they'll again make another scum, like scummy thing like this, and just scam the people and make another drama and milk out some other series, destroying it. This is reality. And yeah, that's it. That was my reaction to episode number 3 of Oshinoko. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to this channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Oshinoko. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.